Well, no idea that happened, but apparently the stream had ended at some point in time. So either I have just been rambling, or it just ended and I looked over and it unended. Unclear. Either way, welcome back. Viridis in second place, followed by some blind Schmeg, as well as Blockman, who's making a run in Parabolica on some medium tires that might have a little more grip than those softs that Schmeg is running. So we'll see here. I imagine within the next 2 laps, the soft runners will be pitting. Probably about a half and half strategy, I would imagine. And here we go. Nice, well, for a minute there, it was a 3-way battle. Jerk, Tom, and Rocket following close behind. Jerk should have a good run on Tom. Going through turn 3 as Rocket takes a little bit of a grass. As well as Tom. Limits, boys. Here we go. Jerk got a run on Tom. Tom got a little squirrely there on exit. Jerk slightly tapped the back of him. Coming down and around. Next corner, we'll hit the DRS zone. Tom might have a little bit on his hands coming into Ascari. So far, so good. Able to fend that attack off. We do see Viridis on those soft tires still leading the race over Verts. Sublime has lost a little bit of time. Viridis sets a fast lap of a 131.494. Rocket. Good old Jerk. Jerk got real loose. Is pitting, no contact from Rocket on that. We do see Schmeg to be serving a penalty. Jerk picked up a penalty, and Sargent coming into the pits as well. Bert's all over the back with Viridis. Coming down to the second DRS zone. Gonna hang back here. Imagine Viridis will be pitting this lap. I love how I go to Twitch and it shows me an ad instead of whatever's going on the stream. Thank you. Viridis doing a little bit of wobble. I assume it's a signal to Verts that he is going to pit. We'll see if he dives in here to get off those soft tires onto fresh mediums. And that is the case. Sublime following suit as well. Vitamin D, gonna pick up a couple spots on those medium tires. And then we'll have Flavis, who will be the last one on softs. That is yet to pit. Style barreling down towards turn 1, trying to overtake high side. Could have cut that corner a tiny bit. Good thing we don't have realistic damage, otherwise your underfloor or your floor would be totally screwed. Nico side by side with Blockman, trying to make that pass stick. It is a tricky corner, but he will have DRS coming up here on the next straight. Going to be a little too far back to be able to make a move here. And depending on how he gets through Ascari, may be able to set up something at the end of Parabolica. Everybody decently spaced out. Again, the top 12 guys still need to pit. Ooh, Nico. Barely over that line there. From barreling and then sped in the pits. So that is a double whammy. 8-second, I imagine, in penalties that we have. Plus whatever he had previously, which is a 5-seconder that'll be served right now. Tom speeding in pit lane. Fellas, there is a speed limit in pit lane. I don't know if you know that. And we have Style getting into Elder. Great broadcaster, always on top of all information. These guys coming out of the pits, see if Tom can chase down Blockman and get him before turn 1, who is on cold tires. Does not have an ideal entry into the corner. But then again, that was a very difficult position to be in. You got a guy coming out of the pits that has cold tires. You don't want him to brake poorly and then smash into your side pod there. JBH chasing Adler. Hopefully he gets this move done before Ascari. Is not a place you want to go side by side through. We do see that JBH passes Adler. Also, Robert Elder does pass Adler. So, a couple passes happening here. Style Harmony just in the back of the screen. Looks like Robert Elder has still missing that left wing plate. It's obviously going to have some impacts to handling as Verts dives into the pits. Is no longer in the lead of the race. Should have a good undercut on these medium runners that are still out. And they're chasing Robert Elder with Style Harmony in tow. Viridis does pass Verts out of the pits, so those 2 laps on medium seems to have the undercut has worked in his favor, as Verts is 3.5 seconds back, but on the softer tire, we'll see if he's able to make up that time. Rocket as well as JBH dive in the pits, and the lone people that still need to pit are the top 4 runners here. Highside Elder, Adler, and Style Harmony. Field's pretty well spaced out. We have Flavis chasing Squish here. Get rid of these tires here as soon as the leaders pit. Coming down, looks like we have Style. There's Nico for a moment. Style had a bit of an issue there. It's not going to help. Gives up a lot of time and still needs to pit. Highside speeds in pit lane. Fellas, there is a speed limit in pit lane. It's a very simple thing. Style is missing the left wing plate on his wing. Should be diving in here into the pits. Hopefully does not speed like everybody else seems to want to. And there we go. So Viridis takes the lead, followed by Verts, followed by Blockman. Blockman going for the overtake. Into turn 1. Here we go. Already has it done and dusted. So it's Viridis followed by Blockman. Blockman and Verts are on soft tires. Sublime 3 seconds, kind of floating in the wind back here. Vitamin D should be able to make up a little bit of time here on Sublime. Robert Elder chasing Nico. Oh, and we have JBH. This is an interesting one. Let's follow this guy for a second. With all this stuff. Does have the preferred inside line. You see a little bit of a... no switchback available. And there cedes the position to JBH. Will pick up DRS. Too far back to be able to achieve anything on this straightaway. As they barrel down towards Ascari, we will pick up Lockman, who looks like coming out of Parabolic. I feel like he's going to be able to make a move here on Birds. And away we go. Blockman with that DRS wing open should have a good amount of room in front of Ertz as they enter turn 1 and turn 2. On the exit, Blockman free to go. Elder following JBH, who had just overtaken them on that last lap. Style Harmony after the spin and the pit stop, trying to make up spots here on Squish. Pulls back out of the move, slots in behind. As we have 4 laps to go here in Monza. Jerk and Flavis doing a little fight back in the back here. Sometimes it does get lonely when you're running all by yourself and you're having a bad day, but they seem to have found some company. Nico overtaking Tom side by side through Ascari. Oh boy. Nico goes way wide. That's not a place that you want to make any moves to overtake each other, fellas. Nico will have DRS here coming down the front straight, as well as Robert Elder. Excuse me. So we'll see here. Tom actually looks to have pulled about a half a second out. I don't think Nico's going to be able to make all that gap up here unless he tries a big dive, which he does not. Stays in line, nice and orderly. No need to have some chaos like we had at the very beginning of the race. Sublime chasing down Vitamin D. Trying to make that Vitamin D some skim. Maybe some 1% at the most. Definitely not whole. Bert's in DRS range of Blockman. Beardus actually pulling away a little bit here. 3.5 seconds over Blockman. 3 laps to go. Almost 2 laps to go. Nico chasing down Tom. Should be able to be in position for a move coming out of Parabolica. Great lines through Ascari. Got a little bit of a wobble. Tiny bit of understeer there. Bert's half a second back here on Blockman. Not going to be able to get the job done before we hit turn 1. Let's take a look at Tom and Nico here. Nico does have DRS open. Going to go on the outside of Tom. Tom ducks in behind. Hoping to do a switchback through turns 1 and 2. Nico takes it perfectly. Steps on the gas. He's pulled out another 5/10. Style. Slots behind Squish. Flavis chase and jerk. JBH looks to have gotten around Adler. They're going a little bit slow in there. Don't know if there's contact in that corner. Bert's trying to hunt down Blockman as we are coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Looks like Adler gets around, got loose, had a moment. Bert's On the outside of Blackman, I think Blackman takes it wide. No contact. Great racing by these two. Bert's getting that draft. Trying to have the outside of 4, but the inside of 5. Takes it. Still side by side. That's a crappy view. Amazing racing. These guys coming through. I don't know if I was Blackman right here, I'd hang back just a little bit so I can get that DRS. He will have it. Give him a great amount of speed here coming towards Ascari. Side by side is not advised, fellas. We will see how this goes. Blackman with, Hurts, a little bit of a wiggle. Trying to make up some room. Might be way too far back here to get that draft. Viridis is clear, 5 seconds up front in front of Blackman. No last ditch effort available for Verts. The DRS zone is too far. It is behind the start finish line. As you see, Viridis coming across the line in first, Blackman in second, Verts in third. Vitamin D up to 4th. Great run for him. Sub in 5th. Schmeg in 6th. Squish picks up the time penalty. Sargent comes in 7th across the line, and I don't know what that is between Highside and Nico. I'm sure there will be some discussions there in the chat later. Rocket coming across. We do have Elder and Squish coming out of Parabolica. Style, yep, someone smashed into the wall. Good job, fellas. A+ driving. Jerk with Flavis in tow, and Tom. Tom is still running, doing donuts. Frustrated with whatever happened to him there. His car is across the line, so I suppose he does get credit for finishing. Anyways, Blockman with driver of the day. Congrats to him on that. And Art up atop the podium. Fantastic ride for them today. So we saw Viridis capture the win, followed by Blackman. Verts finishes third to round out the podium. Little Mike, Vitamin D in 4th. Sublime in 5th. Captain Schmeg comes home 6th. Sergeant in 7th. Robert Elder in 8th. Mr. Highside in 9th. And JBH rounds out the top 10. Nico in 11th. Rocket in 12th. Style Harmony 13th. Adler in 14th. Squish 15th. Flavis in 16th. Jerk 17th. And Tom ended 18th. So I hope everybody has enjoyed our America's F2 Thursday, week 4 with our tour of Italy. Next week, which I should know, but I don't know. Next week we'll see the America's F2 series traveling all the way to Mexico and COTA. Those will be 2 good races there. Very technical for COTA, getting through those S's in Mexico. We just ran that the other day in the F1 America Series and Open that took place on Sunday and Tuesday. Until then, this has been InsaneSparty. I hope you have enjoyed the races and maybe the commentary, and have a good evening.